to the community where we do our business.
The Toyota production system, it's an organizational culture built around our philosophy and our technical tools. The manager's role is to help develop the people so that they can use the tools correctly, and it all aligns with our philosophy.
Toyota may focus on auto assembly lines. The state is really nothing more than a collection of thousands and thousands of paper assembly lines.
We were very eager to see the potential for what TPS can do in government and administrative type processes.
We went out and we talked to a lot of people that did business with New York State, and we got a lot of feedback that licensing processes were difficult, specifically in the healthcare area.
Our first project with Toyota was really to speed up the process that hospitals or nursing homes can use to open a newly created or renovated space for patients and services.
The role of the Department of Health is to make sure it's a safe place for people to go. It was taking a really long time for that to happen.
The process was all paper-based. Things would get lost and misplaced. We couldn't really tell what people were doing.
If there was a project that was left halfway around, it was difficult to track in what stage it is and where it is and who was handling it.
With the technical piece of the Toyota production system, we want to establish a high level of flow and just-in-time, and a high level of JDOCA or stop and notify of abnormality. So at every step along the way, if there's a problem, I get a signal. So I can attack the problem. In a manufacturing setting, you can physically see a product flowing, and you can tell when it's delayed or it's backed up. But in a government setting, it's happening with inspectors that are on remote different sites, visiting hospitals and doing very detailed work. So you can't see, am I ahead or behind, or is there a delay? So what we do with TPS is we virtually create the flow by using visual boards.
The visualization board helps us to track our projects going through the process. So if it gets stuck at a certain spot, we can see that immediately on the board and address it.
Community Health Network.
Once they are ready, we will approve it.
Okay.
We worked together to collect some data to see how things were performing at the various steps. And then we said, let's come up with a strategy for how we can improve this process as we have a common understanding of it.
Tom and Jamie were there and they said, well, really, anytime we have findings, it's rework. We were all surprised by that because we, as sanitarians, you find things and that's what you're supposed to do. So the big thing for us was that we really should go to a pre-opening survey and not have any findings and go straight to approval.
And then,
Another example.
yeah.
The process of scheduling the surveys and the back and forth of the documents and what documents do we need to produce was very frustrating.
So we pulled all of the letters of findings, the deficiencies that were found on site. Through the Hospital Association, we had some specific hospital trainings on, these are the top 10 things, and this is the most frequently found item. The other piece that was introduced was that documents required for the inspection are sent in advance.
We realized that if we focused on those two things alone, we could make a big impact in reducing the amount of time it took to get that certificate issued.
This year, we cut the number of findings from 7.3 down to 3.7 findings per survey. It's huge, yeah.
Initially, I thought it will not work. Now we find that it streamlines the process. It makes us utilize our time efficiently.
People knew what to expect, what documents needed to be produced, and under what schedule. It was a much more efficient process, ever more customer service oriented.
It was about 137 days from the time they confirmed the schedule until it was approved. It's now down to 28.
These small, easy improvements maximize our efficiency and our productivity. It'll help us do the best job we can for New Yorkers.